$19,280 so far in a single week off of just one product through a Shopify store. Hey, what's going on everyone? Hayden here, coming back at you with a brand new video. And in this one, I'm going to be bringing you something that, to be completely honest, probably isn't the most exciting topic, okay? I'm going to spin it, try to make it as interesting as I can, but at the end of the day, there's certain components to your business, e-commerce included, that might not be as glamorous or as fun as just like messing around with your ads or, making a bunch of money. But this one thing, and I promise you this one skill that I'm about to share with you in the next 10 to 15 minutes, you will understand completely how to start doing this successfully by the end of this video. This one thing will be one of those maybe 2 to 3 main make or break situations with your ads. So if you do not know how to do this, you most likely will not make a lot of money. It's really as simple as that. This skill that I'm about to share with you, there are companies who spend millions of dollars a year hiring experts just to do this one thing. And it's not like a normal company position that you would think people would hire for. So if you want to see more e-commerce videos, we've been posting a bunch of stuff on the channel. Make sure to drop a like and subscribe down below. I got a lot more live examples and fun stuff like this coming for you guys. What I want to do inside of here is actually show you a screenshot of an ad that is performing so that I can give you an example of something that is starting to work well. And I want to break down the variations off of this structure, okay? And to not drag it on any longer, the topic, the skill that we're going to be developing inside of this video is known as copywriting. Okay, you might better know this as ad copy. That's what most people usually call it. Basically, when you're running any sort of advertisement, it actually doesn't matter if it's on Facebook, on Instagram, or whatever, but any sort of advertisement, it's the words, it's the written words. It could be on the photo, it could be in the video, it could be text above or below it. This is just the written word that kind of goes along with your ad that helps sell people on an idea, an offer, a feeling, whatever it is. Like, I don't know, Coca-Cola does a Super Bowl commercial. They're going to try and make you feel some type of way. There's no direct pitch to their product, but it's their brand, So there's a lot of different ways to do this, but this is really important because if you're doing email marketing, if you're doing any sort of written anything, you want to sell something on Facebook, you want to go do something on Instagram, any sort of thing you're writing out, even selling yourself, you're writing a resume, this is going to help, okay? So I'm going to throw up a screenshot here. Take a quick look at this. This is a product. I've run it now for 2 years. It was the year before last year, and I guess this will make it year 3 with this product. It's just something I like to mess around with throughout Valentine's Day. It's kind of one of many products. There's always new products that cycle in and out, but this thing is a prime example of one of those products that won't necessarily ever die. You could technically sell it all year long. It definitely does better during the Valentine's Day season, just where you can kind of spin your ad copy as such. But take a look at this. Oh, I just bumped the desk. But take a look at this photo and try to kind of read through what I wrote down. Do you notice anything with the structure or how it's organized or how short it actually is? A lot of people, and I see this because I constantly scroll through Facebook trying to see ads and see what other people are doing and what's working. I see a lot of people that write a huge paragraph. And I know there's different types of landing pages where you might see an ad and then go to a page that's like, a written sales letter versus a video sales letter, where it's just like pages and pages of stuff that sells you. It's like very psychological. It's all laid out, it takes them forever to make. But if it works, that's great. But with your ad copy, this is where you're catching someone's attention on the fly. Remember, this is an ad. This is a screenshot here off of Facebook that you're seeing right here. And this is what someone would kind of be seeing as they just scroll through their own Facebook account. So where would the attention grabbing piece be? Well, this is kind of one thing I like to look for in a product. It's that wow factor. You see this, you're like, wait a minute, what are these lights inside of there? What's this rose? Why is it in a tube with a little base at the bottom? And the photos have been enhanced a little bit to make it pop even more. So you can do a little bit of editing just to kind of make it really, really be eye-catching. The photo might be a little bit blurry when I put it up here because I've like screenshotted it and whatnot, but it's a crystal clear image. It's one of those things where, you could even get these from like an AliExpress supplier or wherever. You could just find pictures online for most products that you start with. And if they start working, then you order them and take your own content. This right here is not even my own content. So this focus here is going to be the ad copy. So again, I'm going to throw this up and try to keep in mind these couple of main points. You could jot it down on your phone, on a Post-it note, on your hand. It doesn't really matter. But there's a couple of main structures I like to have throughout my ad copy. And it's really simple because it's not a lot of ad copy. The first one is known as the hook. This is almost your introduction. This is the first thing they read. It should be something that to some degree sparks a little bit of interest or gets them to engage with you. So from an engaging perspective, you could ask them a question, okay? You could say, let's say you're targeting people on Facebook who are in a relationship. You could ask what's known as a yes question. You could ask, are you in a relationship? Question mark. You already know the answer is yes. And with a yes question, you want to make sure that you're putting it in front of someone where they're going to say yes. Because from a psychology perspective, with a buyer or a potential buyer, if they start saying yes and they're agreeing with you more and more, they're becoming more agreeable, which means they are much more likely to purchase. So just try to think about that if you're going to ask a question. Facebook has started being a lot stricter, to say the least, on the types of questions you can ask. So you might get an ad rejected here or there if you're asking a question. I wouldn't recommend, if you have a new ad account on Facebook or on any platform, I guess for that matter, to start out with a question. That could be something maybe you implement later. But do some sort of hook. So for this one, it's kind of an open-ended question. It says, define love that lasts forever, ... So, what does that look like? And then they just kind of read, they saw the photo, it's an interesting thing. Gift someone the blank, and I blank that out because that's my store name. So you kind of name your product a little bit. It's like branding right there. You name it based on what your store name is. So gift someone the blank, or keep it for yourself as a beautiful decorative piece with meaning behind it. Okay, so what did we do there in that middle section? Remember, there's that introduction, and then there's some information. This one is where we're trying to push them to feel a certain way. So you could either go straight into some facts about the product, like if you're selling leggings for women, right, at the gym, you could talk about how they're made out of like breathable material and like they're super stretchy and flexible but won't break, blah, blah, blah. Something about athletics. You could just kind of give some information about your product. For this, it's pretty self-explanatory. We have different ad creatives that do share certain amounts of information where it talks more about how the lighting works and how it's a candle, not a candle, I sell candles too, but how it's like a wax rose inside of there that lasts forever. So a lot of people know this as the forever rose, so that's why I kind of said define love that lasts forever. You see, everything kind of ties together really well. So the cool thing is, since this is an interesting product, I get a lot of people who stop. They're definitely going to stop, read it. It's a really high click-through rate, which is cool. And that goes back to that wow factor. But now, once you have your introduction, it could be a question. It could be just something really short. Look, I wrote 5 words. That's it. Keep it short, keep it to a minimum, write it, and then figure out how to shorten it down. I put that information in this situation. I'm trying to make them feel a certain way. And then in the last piece before the link, which I'll explain in a second, it's kind of summarizing what we're trying to do and what the offer is. So for an example, it is around Valentine's Day. This is something that you could run around Valentine's Day. It doesn't have to be exclusively for that, but the perfect gift is what I said on there, okay? I'm trying to, not necessarily mention Valentine's Day directly in the ad copy, but drop it in so they're like, oh wait, maybe I need to get someone something for Valentine's Day. Just kind of trigger that in their head and make them start thinking a certain way, based on what you're trying to get them to do. And then right after that, we have the offer: order today and save 50%. That's actually my most common offer that I like to do. It converts well. There's a lot of people who would mark this up to $300 and sell it for $25 and try to say it's like 85% off. It just doesn't seem as realistic. Honestly, that stuff used to work really well like 2.5, 3 years ago. But consumers are getting a little bit smarter in the sense of they see ads all day long. So if you're just like repeating what other people are doing, it's just a mouthful of crap is basically what all these consumers are being pushed. You have to find a way to stand out, be simple, be direct. And overall, if you do that and you have a good product, you will see a lot of people at least clicking through to your website. And then it's up to your website to make sure things are at least laid out good and you'll get purchases. It's really as simple as that. But again, the reason ad copy is so important is because almost nobody is going to read none of this. They might read the first half and then decide to click the link and they just want to see more, right? But they're going to engage in some way. So having something maybe in the opening line that's funny, that makes some sort of reference to maybe a movie, if you're targeting a certain movie, whatever it is, try to find something that, again, hooks them, grabs their attention. It's just like writing, I don't know, an email to someone you're trying to get in touch with. Grab their attention, say what you got to say, make it short, and then close it off with what you're trying to do. You want to get on a call with them, or you love to set up a meeting with maybe a restaurant you're trying to close for marketing. Whatever that situation looks like, I would assume that makes sense to you. So to summarize, okay, intro. That could be a yes question. It could be just something funny, something witty, something that grabs their attention. So intro, you have a body, you have your offer, and then you have your link. Now, when it comes to the link, this is just more so for Facebook, specifically Facebook and Instagram. I would highly suggest staying away from Google shorteners, from Bitly's, usually from any shortener. Now, it doesn't mean your ad can't perform, but you will immediately, and I've done this over and over again, you're going to get a little bit knocked down in Facebook's algorithm. The reason for that, Facebook does not really like the business model of affiliate marketing. They don't like dropshipping as well, but they can't really tell what you're doing with your e-commerce business. However, affiliate marketers tend to very frequently go ahead and use Google shorteners. Bitly and Google shortener are usually the most common ones you'll see, or tiny URL, any of those. So Facebook has kind of ranked those a little bit lower so they can flag them, they'll see them, and those are the things that get reviewed first. So, those are always constantly being monitored. So you're just opening yourself up to have any potential issue. But the reason affiliate marketers use that is because their affiliate link is like a big, fat, unique thing that they can't change. You have the ability to change it. So if you're doing something on Shopify, you could go into your store on the back end on your admin panel, click products, click on your product, go all the way down and hit edit website SEO. From there, you can change the back end of your link. So your website, just as an example, could be www.amazon.com/products/rows. That is an example. You can cut out collections. Just make sure whatever link you put in, you've tested it, it works, it goes to the website, and then you're golden and good to go. So ad copy really is key. I want to kind of open this up for any questions you have. If you want to maybe copy paste your ad copy down below, I'd love to give you guys some feedback, some tips, and maybe if you want help crafting something, or maybe you're stuck on that opening line on how to hook them, I would love to help you with that. Maybe this is something we'll do in like a live YouTube. Maybe that's something I could set up later this month, but would like to start it off just by answering a bunch of questions and maybe going through and helping you guys craft your ad copy in the comment section down below. So I appreciate your attention so far through the video. If you enjoyed it, if you got any value, make sure to smash the like button and subscribe. Got a bunch more videos coming. Like I said, hopefully a live stream in the next 30 to 60 days. If I have time, it's been absolutely insanely busy this time of the year. So we'll see if we can make that work. If not, definitely 3 times a week here on YouTube, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. So feel free to tune back in for that. All right. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you want some further assistance, feel free to reference the links in the description. And with that being said, I'll be seeing you in the next one. Peace.